Hiya. So today I found out that the new Grand Spectrum jewels that they added have joined the older ones in the Labyrinth loot table. So what this means is that they are only available from the chests within labs. So that means running around within lab, you won't increase your chances of getting any in there. It is only from the chests at the end. And what I wanted to go over with that is actually PoElab.com. So if I pull up the Uber lab for today, the Uber lab will, well, the labs will reset every day. And you can see here he's got a counter for me. It will reset in 13.5 hours. And if you pull up the Uber lab, it will show you the layout for today. This is a ridiculous resource to have. It has made my life so much easier to just check in once a day or every other day, just to see if I wanted to run a couple of labs, maybe try for an enchant at the end. So I just wanted to quickly look at what I kind of check for when I have a look to see if I want to run lab for that day. I'll look for the Ds here, which is the Dark Shrines, and see how many are on the path I'm going to be taking, because they will provide you character buffs, whether that be through a permanent shrine throughout the through the lab or an additional key at the end. But the primary one everyone looks for is Twice Blessed. This is so that you get an additional use of the Divine Font at the end of the lab, so you just get one additional enchant. That one's always fantastic and definitely worth going out of your way for a Dark Shrine within a zone. That's why I check for it being along my path, because a Dark Shrine being here, which is not along the path where I would have to go, I would need to dip out to this room and then come back. I wouldn't really go for that generally. And so after that, there are things like the A for Argus, which is if you go into the side area. It's not a separate room or anything, it's just a little... normally there's just a door you need to open that has no key or whatever. And if you kill Argus, he will drop you an additional key. I'll also check to see the gold doors. Sometimes there will be gold doors with a gold key, which means that I would have to run. When I get to this point, there's a gold door blocking me. I have to go into this room, clear it out, grab the key, and then come back. That's not too big a deal, but sometimes there are gold doors that do not have a separate room for the key, and you can just do it all in the same room, which is much nicer. Other than that, you have the shorter paths here. So he marks out in the yellow lines here saying that if I was to go 1 to 4 to 5 is a shorter travel distance for me than going 1 to 5. Also, there's the additional notes down here telling you the shortest path is 6 rooms. So if we started, we would go 1. The Isra doesn't count, and I don't believe the gold key rooms do either. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's a pretty short lab. Also details if there is a secret passage that's shown down here. It's it will be hidden. It will just be a well for today, and if you click on it, it will reveal the secret passage, which will transport you to room 2, normally about halfway through the room itself. The last thing I want to go over with this is something that took me way too long to actually understand, even though it was right in front of my face, is this section over here, which is the exits are roughly in these directions. I just never, I guess I just never read that. So that just means in my layout in the first room, if I wanted to go to 4, I would go to the right door. And if I wanted to go to 3, I go to the top door. And obviously 2, left one will take me to 5, and the right one will take me to 4. It yeah, definitely a little embarrassing how many runs it took me to figure that one out. And so this is for the Uber lab. If you go here, it's also got the, you know, normal, cruel, merciless, Uber. But on top of that, there are also the Enchanted Labs, the upgraded labs. These are only available through using the dedication, gift, and tribute to the goddess. This is outside of using your normal offering to the goddess here for your Uber lab. And what that will do is they all have different effects. So your dedication to the goddess here will give you a belt enchant at the end as well. You have an option to pick from any of these belt enchants that will randomly roll one of them. The gift will give you 6 additional enchants, so it's not adding 6 to the list, it's showing you 6 additional lists, so you can walk out with 7 enchanted items at the end of it. These are normally very expensive just because of the sheer amount of enchants you can walk out of a single run with. And then finally there's the tribute that I wanted to look at. This is this one normally it is fairly cheap in the last few leagues, and then I saw today it was normally they're about, 4 maybe 5 chaos. Today though, I was looking and they're up to 15 so far, and that's primarily just because of the Grand Spectrum jewels here. I think the Frenzy Charge one here is one of, if not the most expensive one right now, going for something like 15 divines or so. And what the tribute here does is it enriches the chests at the end, and so it just means that the chests will be slightly upgraded and drop better, have a better chance to drop good loot or drop better loot, something along those lines. And so what you can do is you run your tribute, you would make sure to clear out your Argus here for a bonus key. There's also an extra key you can get twice from the first and second Isra phase if you kill him quickly, and you kill him quickly. Sometimes these will be different, such as wait for him to gain buffs from within the fight, and he will drop you additional keys at the end. And so you kind of want to make sure if you are running the tribute, you can get as many keys as you can to open as many chests at the end for your chances at the Grand Spectrums. So the last thing I wanted to touch on is how you actually go about getting these upgraded keys to the Labyrinth. And they used to be part of Harvest. Now they've been moved so that they can drop from the chests at the end of the Uber Labyrinth, or within each of these as well. You have a chance at the end to drop one from the chest. There are a few alternative ways to get them. So like with this node on the Atlas here, when you have a lab trial show up in your map, it has a 20% chance to be an improved version, which is one of these 3. I believe last league they did add an upgrade to the actual trial itself that will tell you if it's been upgraded or not. Not certain about that one. I haven't done it myself, but the other way to get them is also through the improved lab trials here on your map device. This is gotten from, I believe it's Shaping the Skies. So when you complete a map, you can get a special crafting option as a 3% random chance every time you complete a map. This is for things like your Monster's Treasure, Alluring Balside area, and the improved lab is one of those. So if I threw in a map, click this on, there will guarantee be a trial in there, and it will give me one of those 3. So be sure to, if you have the Shaping the Skies, be sure to just every now and then, yeah, chuck it on your map and grab that free trial. Other than that, I think that's about all. So if you have any tips for anyone or questions, yeah, please let me know, and good luck.